posture, when it comes to sitting at the desk, now some of you are still working from home, or if you haven't, you're sitting there watching lots of Netflix and box sets. And so the idea is that we really need to think about posture. So when we're sitting in posture, the best way, and if you're going to sit, the best way to sit is allowing everything to sit almost at right angles. So if you're on a chair and you find that your legs are slanting, I will turn myself around in a minute. But if you're on a chair and you find yourself slanted, so your knees are sort of pointing down towards the floor and your feet end up tucking underneath the chair, then that starts to adjust and starts to play with your pelvis position, and it also starts to play with your back and your spinal position as well. So the best position to be in is complete right angles. So nice long spine, lengthen the spine, lifting up. Now if you need cushions or if you need something to go behind the back, so that if you are sitting in this position here, I'm just going to turn myself around so you can see. So I'm on my feet are on my blocks to allow for my legs to sit parallel to the floor, okay? You're sitting up nice and straight, so instead of leaning back and just sitting here like this, whether in whatever chair you're in, okay, try and sit up straight. Now if it means putting a D roll, you can get D rolls, and they're sort of padded rolls and they're flat at the back and they're shaped like a D basically, and they're elasticated, they go around the back of the chair. I use one in my car. I can't not use one in my car. It's a big thing for me. If I don't have a D roll in my car, no matter where I go, if I'm sitting in a car for long journeys, I have to have that D roll. And it doesn't matter how many Pilates classes I do, still have issues. So, so it's very important if you put D-roll just into the lumbar part of the spine, just a little bit where it sort of goes in, the lordotic part of the spine, D-roll through there. And if you want to put a cushion behind the back just to support you, but to allow the spine to sit upright, okay? Now make sure the desk, if you've got a desk in front of you, make sure that desk is slightly, not too high, but just about level with the elbows, okay? So you're not sitting up like this, typing away, so you're lifting up through the shoulders, so you're not humping the shoulders up, or you're leaning forwards like this, trying to tap, okay, and type. So make sure that legs are parallel and your forearms are parallel, or just about parallel, maybe slightly risen, but it's more about the elbows, the height of the elbows, okay. And if you're looking at a screen, I'm the worst person for this, but if you're looking at a screen, make sure the screen is eye level, okay. So if you're looking down, looking straight ahead, the screen is eye level. So you may need to raise the screen up, you may need to raise the laptop up. You can use those, use blocks and books and things like that to lift up. And you can even get those ones where it's slanting, so the screen is up here and then your pad is here, so your arms are slanting rather than here, okay? So having that slanting movement just takes away a little bit of the pressure through the wrist joint, so you're not sort of in this position here, okay? So again, when it comes to laptops, I'm working on a computer. So focusing on that posture, sitting up nice and tall, just allow the shoulders just to relax, okay? Pull the tummy in towards the spine, just tuck the tailbone, just squeeze the bum cheeks just a little bit just to support that lower back. So that's your posture, okay? Sitting up nice and tall. Now we tend to sit like this, and we're like that, yeah? Or if we're sitting on the sofa, it's like this. Yeah, legs are crossed maybe, legs are all nice and crossed, and you're sitting there, and then you're on your head's down here, okay, looking. I mean, I'm really over-exaggerating, but that's your seating posture. That's what we tend to do, okay? So we need to lengthen that. So hopefully you can see the difference between this and that. I know it's hard, and I've got to say, I've been doing some meditation in the morning, and the meditation I'm doing, I'm trying not to sit back in my chair. Now I sit back in the chair, but I'm quite lifted. I'm not sort of slouching up. I'm sitting up nice and tall, but I still sit back. I actually had to, this morning, we were looking at posture in my meditation, and he was asking me to sit up nice and straight, and it doesn't matter how, like I say, I'm very much into obviously strengthening my spine, but my spine is very weak, and it's always been an issue purely because the mechanics within the spine and the damage and the injury to it. And I found that I ached across here, really ached, and I was just trying to hold my posture, so I was in this position here. Everything else, my lower spine was actually really good. It was just aching across my shoulder blade, so I know I need to strengthen that area. That's a big strengthening area for me. And so just holding this position is going to be a little bit painful. It's going to be a bit sore to start with. So again, it takes practice. It just takes, repetition to allow the muscles to get used to being in this position for starters, and to strengthen up those muscles. Okay. So again, use cushions, use support if you need to, but support yourself in an upright position rather than in a slouch position. So to overcome those to overcome the stretches. So let's focus on our shoulders. We sit with our shoulders facing forward. So what happens is all these shoulder muscles here start to shorten, okay? That then stretches out the muscles in the back, so it weakens the muscles in the back, okay? So if we're constantly in this position, okay, as soon as you start to bring in that hump through the spine, that then tucks the tailbone under, so the tailbone starts to tuck under, so that then lengthens the muscles in the lower back, and it then shortens the muscles in the hip flexors, okay? So again, it's just putting everything out of kilter, okay? Just the smallest little slump across the shoulders puts everything out of kilter, okay? So let's stretch those shoulders out. So to start with, okay, and I'm going to do the shoulders first, because by doing the shoulders first, we can then go into the neck. If we loosen shoulders, it tends to help just a little bit more flexibility through the neck, which we'll do as well, okay? So we're going to take the hands behind the back and hold onto the chair. If you haven't got a chair to hold on to, just place the hands on the back, or you can clasp them behind you, okay? And all I want you to do, just sit slightly forwards off the chair. Sit slightly forwards off the chair, lengthen the arms. They don't have to be locked out, but just lengthen the arms, and just allow the body just to lean forwards. And as you lean forwards, I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades together. So these are things you can do at your chair whilst you're working, or not working, having a bit of a break, because you need a break. You need to time it every 30 minutes. Just set a timer on your watch or your phone, and just allow the body, even if you get up to make a cup of tea and do a couple of stretches while you're making a cup of tea, but hold this here. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together and start to lift the head. And that just creates a bit more of a stretch through the front of the chest as well. Squeeze those shoulder blades yet again. Keep squeezing. Good, hold it there. Just soften those elbows and just relax it back. So again, it's just opening up through that shoulder, just allowing, it's almost like a sun salutation, sort of opening the chest, opening the body up to the elements, okay? Let's try it again. So we're going to hold on to the chair again. Again, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the chin ever so slightly. Press the tailbone behind and try and squeeze a little bit more. Now as you squeeze, try and take the hands down the chair a little bit more. So we're creating a little bit more of an arch through the lower back, only a little bit, but we're still supporting ourselves. The back's not taking any weight. So this time, as we arms slide down the chair, we're now opening up through the front of the shoulders just a little bit more. Hold it there. Again, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Feel that stretch across the front of the chest. Good. And just allow the shoulders to roll forwards and relax it out. Just roll the shoulders forwards and back. So 4 times back, 4 times forwards. Good. Now bring the shoulders up. I'm just going to turn around. Bring the shoulders up, hunch them around the ears, and just let them drop down. Good. I like that. I'm watching everyone do the same. And again, bring the shoulders up and down. Good. And again, lift up and down. Good. Just shows you how the timing's out as well, actually, how the time lapses. Okay, and again, bring the shoulders up and down. Good. Now just roll one shoulder. Good. Now as you bring one shoulder, try and roll it and try and keep the other shoulder still. Good. One shoulder round. Good. And forwards. And the other side. So keep the other shoulder completely still if you can. Rolling it forwards. Good. And back. So 4 in each direction or thereabouts. You might lose count like me. Okay, and again, lift the shoulders up towards the ears and release them. Good. And again, up towards the ears and release them. Good. I'm just going to turn around again. So, stretch out the upper back and the lower back as well now, and then we'll go into the neck. So again, from here, we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to drop the chin down towards the chest. Now further stretch down the back of the neck, and then we're going to curl down. So we're going into that forward fold, and we're going into, we're just trying to just place each of the bones. And as you get to the point where you can't take the head down any further, start to lean forwards over the legs, and just drop the head between the knees. Drop the arms down by your sides, relax the arms. Hold that position here. Keep that head down, and you should feel that stretch all the way down through the shoulders. Good. Now place the hands, if you can reach the feet, place the hands under the feet. So you're standing on your hands, only gently. If you can't reach the feet, hold onto your calves or your shins. And now from here, I want you to try and lift the body up, but hold the arms where they are. So you're lengthening through the arms, and you're going to feel that stretch across the top of the shoulders. So we're lifting up. Hold that position here. Feel that stretch across the shoulders. Now pull the belly in towards the spine. Hold it. It's almost like a cat stretch. Good, but we're sliding the shoulder blades down the side of the body and release it. Just allow the head to fall back down between the knees. If it's too heavy on your hands, remove your hands for a minute. We are going to do it one more time though. Good. And again, keeping the hands under the feet. You're not standing on them too much. It's just enough just to hold them in place, okay? So again, pressing the shoulders. So trying to lift the upper back up, away from the knees. So you're feeling that stretch. Now the arms are being prevented from being moved by the feet, and you're feeling that stretch across the top of the shoulders, through the shoulder blades. Good. Belly pulled out through the back of the spine. Good. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1, and just release it nice and carefully. Good. Just release the hands and start to walk the hands up the legs, and then uncurl the spine, allowing the head to come up last. Good. Okay. Let's do some neck exercises. All right. Because we tend to get quite a few pains through the back of the neck and in through the side of the neck as well. Just turn my chairs around so I can see you again. Okay. So we're going to drop the chin down towards the chest. Now what I want you to do, I just want you to place the hand on the back of the head, only gently, and just press the chin down into that chest just a little bit more, but try and keep the shoulders still. So we're not pressing the head and shoulders down, we're just pressing the chin down, only gently. There's no force, there's no pain. We're just increasing that stretch. Good. And lift the head back up. You can move the hand if you want to. But again, we're going to drop the chin down towards the chest, and we're just going to press back onto the back of the head. Relax the shoulders. Try and slide the shoulder blade down the back of the body as you stretch through the neck. You should feel that down through just both sides of the neck. Now what I want you to do, whilst you're holding this in position, so that there's a little bit of pressure on the head as you push the chin down, and I want you now just to try to lift the head, so try and tilt the head back up, but the hand that's holding the head in place is preventing it from moving. So we're going from a stretch position, but we're actually starting to contract the neck muscles. Good. And release it, and just allow the chin just to drop down just a little bit more. Now you might find that movement's slightly bigger now. Good. And again, just lifting up. Lift up through the head. Good. And take it back down. One more time. Press the head up. So try and tilt the head back upwards, but use the arm to stop it from moving. Good. And release it. Release the hand and just lift the head back up. Now grab hold of one side of the chair. Good. Turn the head to one side, so take the ear to the opposite shoulder to the arm that you're holding onto the chair with. Good. And then from here we're going to just lean across. So we're going to try and take the whole body across, including the head and the neck. So you're feeling that stretch all the way down through the shoulder, through the trapezius, through the muscles just that go into the neck and into the top of the shoulders. Good. Now drop the chin down towards the shoulder, or down towards the floor. So you're now looking in front of the shoulder. That just takes the stretch just a little bit further back. Good. Bring the head back and lift back up to centre. Good. Take the hold of the other hand on the other side. So again, grabbing hold of that chair or the thigh, it's up to you. Okay. Holding it here. Just tilt the head to one side. So take that ear over to one shoulder, to the opposite shoulder, and then just lean across. So you're trying to pull the hand away from the chair. Again, you're feeling that stretch down through into the neck. Now drop the chin down forwards. You might even feel it going through the arm as well. Okay, really feeling it down through the bicep tendons. Good. Bring the head back to centre and lift back up. Good. Okay, from here, what I'd like you to do, you're going to turn the head. You're going to turn the head, not tilt it. You're going to turn the head so you're looking over one shoulder. Now drop the chin down. Keep the opposite shoulder nice and relaxed. Good. Now lift the head and hold the head there looking over the shoulder. Now place the hand just on the bottom part of the jaw. Again, no pressure, no pain. And what I want you to do, I want you to try and tilt or bring the head back to the front, but without actually doing it. So use the hand that you've got against your jaw to prevent the movement. So again, we're taking the neck into that stretched position, but now we're trying to contract it. We're now trying to work the muscle. So again, we're resetting. So we're just holding it here, and then from here we're just going to try and bring the head back round, but that hand's going to prevent it. So do a gentle move, there should be no pain. Good. And then just release it and just bring the chin back over the shoulder. Keep the opposite shoulder nice and relaxed. And again, press it round. So try and bring that head back to front. Good. And then bring it back to centre. One more time. Bring it back round to the front. And bring it back to centre. Good. And release the hand. Bring the head back. Let's try it the other side. So we're going to turn the head. Looking towards the shoulder. Drop the chin down. Good, lift the head back up. Now grab hold of the jaw, or say grab, just press the fingers onto the jaw. Just press the jaw ever so slightly. Now try and turn the head back around to the front. God, this side's tighter. Normally it's the other side. Okay, and just try and bring the chin round to the front again, but prevent it by keeping that hand in place. Then release that and just allow the head just to come over that shoulder again. And again, press round. So you're trying to open up the space between the chin and the shoulder. Good. And then bring it back. You'll find that the movement's slightly bigger. And again, bring it round again. Try and bring the chin round to the front. Excellent. And bring it to the centre. Good. Release the hand and bring the head back. Drop the chin down towards the chest, round the shoulders, and start to come all the way down again. Dropping that head down between the knees. Good. Grabbing hold of the feet. Open up the shoulder blades again. So we're just speeding the movement up now, a little bit more of a flowing movement. So grabbing hold of the feet, or the feet are standing on the hands. Release the hands, start to roll yourself up. Allowing the head to come up last. Grab hold of the chair and then lean forward. So open up that chest. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Try and lift up. So try and pull you back, but at the same time slide the hands down the back of the chair like we did earlier and lift the head slightly. Good. Release it. Drop the chin down towards the chest. We're going to repeat that one more time. Bring the arms down towards the floor. Take the hands between the knees, head between the knees. Take the hands under the feet. Open up the shoulder blades, so arching the spine. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Open up the shoulder blades. Feel a stretch across the top of the back. Good. Release the hands. Uncurl the spine. Allow the hands to stay down by your side. Grab hold of the back of the chair again. Lean forwards. Open up that chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. Now slide the hands down the chest, so you're lifting the body up a little bit more. Lift the head. Good. Hold it there. And release the shoulders. Take the arms up. Breathing in. And out. And in. And out. Give the shoulders a roll. And the other direction. Good. And